Hello, this is Onyx Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a message for Capricorn. So let's go ahead and see the good things coming forward towards Capricorn. Ooh, I like it. So you guys have victory, and bottom of the deck you guys have pleasure. So we'll put that in the corner here. All right. So you guys have victory. So there is no crowning glory of achievement without first being victorious over inner conflict. All right. So there is some type of victory. The 17th of this month could be very important. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's clarify victory. The laurel tree for Capricorn. All right. So we have the 8 of Cups reverse, Ace of Cups, the Star, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. This is great. All right. So Capricorn, good things coming forward towards you. So there could have been a particular situation that it's almost like it never had a conclusion. Like it never had some type of finality. There wasn't some type of great ending, that kind of thing to this story. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's clarify what that was. Let's clarify the 8 of Cups reverse. Let's use this deck actually. Whoops. What is the 8 of Cups reverse? Constancy wanted to come out. Let's see. 8 of Cups reverse. Oh, it flipped. Consolation. All right. So there could have been a situation that was like so bad, okay, like that people essentially were trying to console you. Like they were like, oh my God, Capricorn, I'm so sorry that this happened. 8 weeks ago could have been important. Yeah. Huh. Let's see. So what that would technically be 2 months ago. So March could have been important. I feel like you had a deep dive into like support tied to this, whatever this is. Yeah, you were disappointed by something. Like really disappointed. You could have felt like something was taken from you. Let's see. But I feel like you're... Okay, this is what I'm getting. I feel like something that didn't have some type of conclusion was actually... A conclusion is going to be gifted to you. Now, this could be like in a system kind of thing with the Hierophant, something traditional. Hey, this was supposed to happen this way. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. Hey, this is a protocol. Hey, this is a real way of doing things. Hey, this is documentation, legalities. Like, that wasn't the right thing to do. There's something like that that could be very important. That really, yeah. We have love here. Why do we have love? This is interesting. Waiting. So it could have to do with like a family matter, children matters, since we do have a baby on this card. Could have to do with a relationship as well. And again, it's like you've been waiting for some type of closure or some type of, ending of a situation. Like you want an exactly sorrow. So it's like whatever happened, however this may resonate, it seems like you guys were just really sad. Like something could have affected, again, your peace of mind, family matters. And I feel like that is going to be the thing for a lot of you this month of May that's going to be circled out. And again, the 17th could be very, very important. So you guys have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like despite some type of like ending, or I wouldn't say ending, I would say a pause, okay? Because it seems like something was done wrong or something really impacted you, and you kind of like forced yourself to find happiness again, find fulfillment again, and not sit in that energy. The 8th of any month could have been important as well. August could have been important for some of you as well. But the star is here. So you've healed from whatever this is. And you've been very freaking patient. The 7 of Pentacles. You're like, you know, this is going to be handled at some point, someday. But right now, I'm done with the situation. 6 of Swords. So I feel like whatever it is, especially if it has to do with like a job, some type of boss, corporation, some type of legalities, I feel like you're just like over it. Like you literally, the Death card symbolically means like, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not doing this anymore. Right? So it's like, it's almost like, you know, people may have felt like, oh, okay, you're giving up, but I feel like you're just more so like, I'm not worried about the situation. It's going to balance out whenever it gets balanced out. You're trusting your gut, you're trusting your higher power, whatever you believe in. And we also have wedding. So I feel like you realize that something's going to get handled or figured out some way, shape, or form in some type of contract, or something had to do with a contract. Let's see what that is about. Yeah, despair. So like whatever it is, I feel like you walked away from a situation, or you withdrew from a situation where you're like, at some point it'll be handled, or I could literally turn this in. Yeah, I can turn this in at some point and say something, or I could say something at any point of time. You have some type of contract or something. Also, there was something that was supposed to go in your favor, or some type of protocol, or some type of way that something was supposed to be handled and it just wasn't. So I feel like you know that at any point, if you want to, exactly, somebody could have done this to you because you're a woman, or you're a man, or because you're younger, or because you're older. We have young woman here. There's some type of like, what's the word? Discrimination tied to whoever is doing this, or whoever did that. Okay. So somebody was more so thinking like surface. They weren't thinking logically. They were literally just like thinking of surface situation. And they also wanted you, it's like they wanted you to be so sad or so upset about an outcome or a certain situation just because of their discrimination towards you. So what like, why? What clarification can I get for that? Room. Someone didn't like that you guys were in the same room. Okay. So like, hear me out. Okay. Because this is like a little symbolic. I love these cards. So like, there could have been a boss, a supervisor, legalities, decision-making, business dealings, whatever. And someone's like, how is Capricorn in this room with me? Like, get out of here. So they did something to try to like shut you down, to shut you up. And I feel like that's the thing that backfires on them, because again, it's like, you know, the rules to something, you know, the protocol, you know, the hierophant, you know, like how this works, you know, what's right and what's wrong. And I feel like some boss, somebody with some type of power, whatever the case may be, they don't realize, or they don't expect you, or they don't expect you to know that whatever they did, whatever they said, I'm hearing was without merit. That's what I'm hearing. Let's see. Ooh, that's like a loss thing. Without merit means something lacks value, worth, or important, and is not deserving of praise, reward, or consideration. So, yeah. And then also it says, in law, a claim or lawsuit may be dismissed as without merit if it lacks reasonable or factual ground. So basically, again, I feel like someone basically did something like thinking like, oh, you're young, oh, you're old, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, oh, you're a woman. You know, there's some type of discrimination, again, based on whoever this person is, that they like really did something or said something with thinking like, oh, I'm going to just say this to Capricorn because they like, who's Capricorn? But that's the very thing that's going to either get them in trouble for a lot of you, again, in this month of May. All right. So I wanted to look deeper in that. But again, someone didn't like, they're like, how is Capricorn even in this discussion? How are they even in this boardroom? How are they even in this room with me? How are they even in this position to talk to me? Like somebody really is on like some type of power trip. Okay. So anyways, you guys are showing up as a queen or king of wands, someone who's very, very brave. I feel like you kind of like, advocated for yourself despite all the things going against you tied to this person. And I feel like rightfully so. Around the 17th as well, you guys may get this confirmation that like you're going to see how brave you actually are. And you're also going to see that there was a huge level of like, again, discrimination or some type of like somebody jealous of you or whatever, however it may resonate. You're going to see that in the month of May. So you being brave and victorious and also handling something that was so awful, like so awful as far as you being able to see, this isn't right. You know, you being able to go through that and be at this point where you're like, I'm brave. I know what's right and what's wrong is going to be it's just very important here. Okay. So again, these are the good things. So I really like this. So what happens after this? Thank you guys for hitting the like button. What happens after this? Like what happens next tied to this situation? What is the Hierophant? Messenger. Yeah. So I feel like there's some type of message, documentation, something like that. Maybe you're turning in something. Maybe they're reaching out to you, whatever the case may be. Let's clarify that haughtiness card. Ooh. So I feel like someone is too big for their britches or something. Or that, yes, okay. So this is how I feel this kind of starts out. So someone may say something, somebody connected to this person or something connected to this whole situation. It starts out as some type of message or documentation or letter. It could be something about money or something about, hey, like, did you look into this? It's something that I feel is like, for some of you, it could have literally nothing. It could be in the same realm, okay? So like, let me get an example. So like, for instance, say this is a work matter where you have like a boss, you have higher ups, you have this, you have that, and somebody like wrongfully, demoted you or wrongfully terminated you or something like that. And like somebody else sends you a document, a letter, something about money. And I feel like that sparks the conversation, that kind of that starts it all. Because someone sends you something either tied to this person. Again, look at how many people are in this card. Could be people tied to this whole situation. Okay, so like, say it's like you had an issue with the boss or the person that's up here, right? But there's somebody under it that's like, say, somebody over you or next to you, or you guys get what I'm saying. I'm giving you an example. Like, it's somebody connected to this person who's like, oh yeah, so since this person doesn't like Capricorn, or since they, decided this against Capricorn, since Capricorn got demoted, I'm going to send them an extra letter and say, we're going to look at this. We're going to investigate this. We're going to look into your finances. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? There's something stupid because we have haughtiness here, messenger. Soldier. Somebody's like, oh, let me double down on this discrimination. Let me double down on this situation because this person doesn't like Capricorn anyway. So they're going to go ahead and help me out. That's what they're thinking. Okay. So again, I feel like it's nothing directed towards you. But again, this is a general reading. I feel like it's not directed towards you from this person that was like doing this stuff. It's somebody under them or somebody that also saw like, oh, okay, this didn't work out for Capricorn. So let me go ahead and let me go add this in. Let me try to something tied to opportunities or money. Okay. Now that's how this starts off. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Ooh, Judgment. So let's clarify Judgment. I like this reading. Let's clarify Judgment. The 20th could be important. Something could be take like the 17th through the 20th. Something could take 3 days. Hangman reverse, Ace of Swords, the Hermit. Should we pull more? The Fool, 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel that something is given to you or something's about money or opportunity, but it actually grants you or gives you this money or opportunity or gives you more of something or basically replenishes something that was taken or done incorrectly in the past, yada, yada, yada. There's something like that, that it's somebody trying to be funny or somebody trying to like poke, you know, oh, that already didn't go in Capricorn's favor, so let me just try to add on to it. Someone doesn't listen to whatever this person has to say. Someone actually gets to the bottom of some type of truth, clarity, documentation, recording. Like Ace of Swords is like communication, is truth, clarity, new ideas. There's some type of, okay, let's actually look into this, or let me actually look into this whole situation. Someone goes and actually investigates it or looks into it with the Hermit, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong, and then something like shifts completely in your favor. So I feel like this person that's trying to like kick you when you're down, they basically kind of regret. They end up regretting doing so because something basically goes against what they were trying to do. So say this is somebody that was, again, trying to affect your money, your finances, something based on some type of decision or based on some type of discrimination that happened in the past. Yeah, basically somebody, they end up regretting even doing this in the first place because something more goes in your favor, or you're given more, or some type of better opportunity comes forward towards you. Now, why is that? Well, it's because you actually have the truth. So it's like something either gets like, something gets looked into again, and then that thing that didn't go in your favor in the past actually goes in your favor. And then also, I feel like it's time for you to celebrate something. I don't know if this person, let's see what this is. Yeah, somebody wants to be fair now. So somebody that could have discriminated towards you in the past wants to be fair now. The Sun, they're like, ooh, why is that? The Empress, because they see you for who you are. I feel like a lot of this person's issue with you is that you are the Queen or King of Wands, that you are brave, that you're like, I don't care if I have to do something all by myself. I don't care if I have to advocate for myself, for my family, for my money, for my opportunities, for my job. I don't care. Right? Because you know what's right and you know what's wrong. So I feel like this person kind of sees their own insecurities about you, and they end up just basically trying to be fair now. Now, how does that turn out for them? How does that being fair now? How does that turn out for this person? How does being fair now turn out? Journey. Okay, what kind of journey? Because that can clarify journey. Foe. I feel like this person's doing so because they either don't want to get in trouble for what they did. Yeah, they don't want to get like in trouble or reprimanded or demoted or, you know, broadcasted for what they did to you in the past. So I feel like there's a couple things that can happen because this is a lot going on. So like, let me give you 2 examples of this, guys. So like, either the person that kind of either did something against what they were supposed to do tries to help you because they're like, ooh, you know, I see that somebody is basically trying to just pile on to Capricorn. And that's not right. And then there's an ability for something to go backwards, for basically somebody to say, oh, yeah, no, that's not right. That's not right. They're owed this. This is the opportunity given to them. Somebody's actually going to be fair. Now, they're only fair because there's time that's happened between then, and they're actually able to see that you were right about something. They're actually able to see that you had great intentions on advocating or speaking up or trying to get something made right. And also, they feel foe in prison. They feel like they can get trapped or in trouble if they're unfair to you again. Now, whatever you do with that, like as far as like, I don't know, because I feel like you have it could be an older woman or somebody in a higher position of power. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to lose their position. They don't want to lose their power. Now, what do I predict here? What do I predict? I feel like they will lose it. Now, I don't know if it has to do essentially with you. Yeah, they lose their job anyway, or they lose their position, or they get demoted. Now, what timing this is, I don't know. I can predict like a 2 months, 2 years. And I don't know if you end up telling on this person or if it just happens because they've been unfair to other people. I don't know. But whoever this is, yeah, here's the other thing, because I feel like this reading is like, it just, there's so much in this freaking reading to look into. But thank you guys again for hitting the like button. the thing about this person and about the situation is this person has a collective history. I swear, like, I swear, this is a general reading, but what I'm seeing here, if you resonate with this, they have done this to other people too. And that's usually how this stuff works. Like, people in positions of power, bosses, legalities, leadership, supervisors, businesses, whatever, they end up basically like, you're just, think about it. What do they always say? They always say what? You're just a number, right? So usually say this to people that are like in jail, that kind of thing. But like, in any type of system, you are sent in any type of big corporation, right? You're just a number. You're just somebody. And people say this on no, that's not true. I'm not saying that. Hold on. I am not saying that. I'm saying that, like, in the grand scheme of things, obviously you're not just a number. You're a person with a life, with, you know, things that you bring to the table, things that you've worked really hard for, experience, schooling, all these things, right? But on the grand scheme of things, I always read on social media, and they say, like, take your day off because, you know, like, there's situations where, say, someone's family member's sick and they have to take off of work or something like that. Or, I don't know, people take mental health days and it's like, you'll be replaced tomorrow. That's what people say on social media, essentially. Tied to the Hierophant, right? So it's kind of like, to them, you may be just a number or just a figure, just a seat in the chair kind of thing. And they could find another person. So I say all that to say that usually a lot of times in those type of situations, they kind of like treat everybody the same. They don't really like look into your particular situation, how they're going to affect you, how they're going to affect your life. So I feel like if this person ends up actually getting fired, demoted, whatever, broadcasted for whatever they're doing, that's kind of wicked. It's because they've done this to actually like a bunch of other people in worse situations, or worse, or just as bad, or whatever. It's not a competition on how bad a situation is, but that's what I'm getting. So whether you end up reporting this person or not, I don't know, but or something like that happens, I feel like yeah, I feel like they get in trouble anyway. That's just what I'm getting. That's just what I'm getting. Now, again, what time frame, I don't know, but let's move on. So I do feel like this person may try to basically do something fair just because they kind of messed up with your whole situation, and then they've seen over time, as you've been seeing over time, let me move on. I know it's not right. Let me move on. They're seeing, ooh, Capricorn's the Sun and the Empress energy. Like, dang, I actually kind of messed that one up. I read that wrong. I should have actually listened. So that's what I'm getting. I get that there's some type of victory that comes up. But I really feel like it's something where you're not even like kind of searching for it. What's the advice? What's the advice here for Capricorns? But again, thank you for hitting the like button. What is the advice for Capricorns tied to this reading? Advice for Capricorns. Helpful people. So this could be a good time for you to, like, some of you may be reaching out to other people, utilizing other people for their advice on the situation. I feel like some of you as well, like if this person's in one department, you may be looking into another department, that kind of thing. I feel like some of you are going that route too, like, oh, let me look into this department instead of going directly to this person, that kind of thing. Yeah, I also feel like you start something small and then it gets bigger because something else is seen and somebody actually ends up working with you or helping you out. So again, I feel like some of you may be kind of like, oh, let me look into this. And again, looking into how something's supposed to be done, what that looks like. The Page of Swords is a researcher. I feel like, again, a lot of you may take this entire, you guys may take this month. And again, I don't know why I'm getting the 17th, but yeah, I feel like you may, as the month goes by through, and then long term, as the month goes by, let me focus. But people keep calling me and it's like, it's kind of like bothering me. So I need to answer this call. But as the month goes on, I feel like gather information. Okay. Don't feel like, because you're right in something. But again, what are you right on particularly? You know, there's some type of, there's some type of situation like that that could be very helpful to look into. But I also feel like for some of you, you may wait through, some of you may kind of get around to this by 7 at the latest, like by July at the latest. So it's going to be up to you what you do. You guys can always book a personal reading to get further confirmation, so feel free to check that out. But I do hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for being here, hitting the like button, and thank you so much for watching.